Alright folks, Dr. Estranged here. Had some people on Facebook ask me about a electric build. They were losing hope on the single target Might Electric. And I'm here to tell you that all is not lost. As you can see in the background, there's some wacky shit going on. Pets are disgusting. As you can see, I got 3 pets just attacking without even doing anything myself, and I'm holding 13, 15k DPS single target. So, we'll get right into it here. We got Solar Amp, which is the best single target in the game, really, for Might. Quizlet and Grim, both pets. Quizlet also is gonna be giving you a shit ton of supercharge, which extremely helps every Might DPS in the game. And since hopefully you're gonna have somebody spamming greens, Gemini, you'll be able to pop off lots of your supercharge, and will also give you that massive burst damage every time you use that as well. Yeah, so we got Grim. Grim really doesn't do anything for the PI for electric, but he just does damage, and it's consistent, and it's reliable, and it's always there. Because they don't die. They just keep coming back. This is extremely good for like elite content where you're doing a lot of position changing, you're doing a lot of blocking, because even when you're doing all that stuff, these guys are still out there putting out. The skill points are going to be just the classic. Of course. I'll put those extra 2 points in. Detrimental. You can put your extra points wherever, it doesn't really matter. I don't do too much weapon attacking. You can put them into health if you like. Of course, you're going to have to roll these guys here. So, amplified heat vision, of course. If you do happen to get your solar amp to 200, which is pretty nice to have, you'll get the free glove mod channeled. Keeps you from getting interrupted, which is essential. If you don't have it at 200, you'll have to use the glove mod. The nice thing, when you do get it to 200, you get that mod for free, and then you're able to put in the 2% into your gloves, which is a little extra damage. It's not a game changer by any means, but it's nice to have. Something to shoot for. Yeah, so we go Ionic Drain, which is just disgusting channeling damage, and it's your 35, so you're going to be putting out extra damage whenever they're low health. Arc Lightning. This is just a disgusting all-around build. Like, I use this build not only for single target, but this holds disgusting damage even in AOE, and I'll show you how. This attack is technically an AOE, kind of, as in the fact that it hits everything around it, but it chains, so it doesn't split damage because it's individual damage per enemy hit. So it's really gross. This is just your nice burst, and this guy's just gonna keep the damage rolling when you're blocking. Circuit Breaker, best supercharge for Might in the game, bar none. Now the funny thing about this sidekick is see how Quizlet and Grim are just out all the time? He's technically a supercharge, so he's constantly keeping those pets out, doing that damage all the time. I have no boosts on, no buffs or anything. Nothing. Allies. This is a really nice ally, but it doesn't stack, so whoever has the highest Nubia in the group should run it. Everybody else doesn't really have to run it. You can run Cyborg or something. Calculator Bot for a cheapy, gives you health back if you get hit. This should be a mainstay in anything, because those cards are just disgusting. They only work for yourself, but just ungodly. House of Legends bot, cheap, and probably the best single target in the game, ally-wise. Cyborg's right up there too, but he splits his damage if there's enemies around, whereas this guy will target one and put out full damage. Anyway, so here's the single target rotation. It's I'll give you the non-sweaty version, which is just literally just going through them and spamming your buttons so it comes up. You don't have to weapon attack. You can even let the eye blast pop off for the dot, and you're still gonna do really good damage. Like, you're gonna hold 70k DPS at all times plus. I've seen up to 90k, and keep in mind your head mods aren't active here as well. So whatever head mods, if you have head mods for the current content, you're gonna be doing like 6% ish more damage, and that's base damage, so that'll get multiplied through all of your artifacts, of course. So like easy damage, like 70, 80k. Not even trying. You can jump cancel the blast, and you can try hard and all that and get a little bit extra damage out of it, but I don't see the purpose. Now the fun thing about this build is it's great single target, and you don't have to ever change it. I made this build and I started messing around with it. Look at that, 92k, and I haven't changed it since. I have an AOE build and I don't even use it anymore because it's pointless. I'll show you why. So we'll just come over to the 5 target. Oh, that was weird. Yeah, so the fun thing about laser and solar amp is it doesn't split damage. So the only thing that really changes about your rotation is you're just focusing on your I-beam and your arc lightning, because those things don't split damage. Your other two are just to take up time until one of the other two are off. So you just start that, go right into arc lightning, throw a Tesla, throw a channel. As soon as that's up, you can jump cancel out of whatever you're doing, go right back into arc lightning. You always want to let your I-beam explode for that extra AOE damage, because you are doing AOE. Have a really itchy nose, my bad. Now, this isn't the best AOE damage in the game, but 9 times out of 10, you're probably not failing content because you're having a hard time on ads. This is just enough to be comparable while you're clearing trash, without having to worry about having a bunch of armories to switch and constantly getting locked and whatnot. So you can hold like 115, 125k, depends on your crits. Of course, it's all random, but it's all kinds of damage. And this isn't even using supercharge. This is just using abilities. This build really comes to life with supercharge, and if you do happen to have a newer gen console, you can even start artifact swapping, and I can show you what I mean here. So the fun thing is, if you put the artifact you want to switch to in the first slot, and then you open your wheel to there, next time you press your start button, you're right there. So I'm going to show you the burst damage on this single target, because it's kind of mental. So we'll get this going. Pop literally everything. Pop that, and then I go into a channeling so I can go in here without dropping damage. $480,000 DPS. Channel, open, swap, channel, open, swap. And you're easily up into 120, 130k DPS without the pets and the orbital and all that stuff. And the fun thing about the Eye of Gemini and the DPS side is when people stack with you, you get their damage into your damage as well, and you get that pop. That combined with the Quizlet whenever you're using Supercharge and its big 5k attack, it just stacks damage. It's absolutely broken. So just do it one more time. Swap, channel, boom. Just nasty. Fun build. Works really well if you have a healer with gem spam, which you should. It just makes content so much easier. I tried to keep this as short as I could, and you know, I hope this does help some people. Everything else is pretty much the same. You get your supercharge back on your helmet, escalating might, arc lightning back, supercharge on chest, which I see a lot of people use, like penetrating strikes, which is alright too, but might is so dependent on having that supercharge, so it really does help in the end. Nothing for the legs, just useless. And yeah, just the bonus there. And that's that. And I hope that helps. So until next time, keep slapping that content.